Right. Hello, everybody. Well, welcome to my channel. I absolutely have zero idea what this video is about. I'm trying a lot of cameras at the same time, so I'm using my famous Phonon C720 from Logitech. Everybody knows about that. Everybody uses it. We use it for streaming, for video calling. That's the most well-known webcam on the market, I think, the legendary C720. Right in front of my face is the front-facing camera of the iPhone SE 2022, the third generation. On my left, mounted to a LED ring, an LED ring, which is very luminous. How does that say in English? Very bright here. Is an iPhone 8. Yes, an iPhone 8. On my left, right there, is an iPad 6th generation from 2017. And I'm recording my audio onto this microphone, which I don't remember its name anymore. So I'm trying to see which video feed is the best among all these, because after all, recording your video inside without any dedicated camera, without any really good lighting, which will decide a lot your video quality. I'm doing totally inside at night time. There is no lighting from the outside anymore. There's no more sun. The sun has set I think 1 or 2 hours ago, and we're trying also 4 sources of light. Four sources of a video feed, so that decides a lot on the quality. After all, I'm really debating a lot in my head to whether or not I will try an Adobe subscription for Premiere Pro, or am I going the DaVinci Resolve path. The DaVinci Resolve is going to be $300 upfront, which will then, I'm not really sure if they are gonna allow me to upgrade into the next versions or not. However, with the Adobe Pro, it's going to be $24 a month, and you time it by 12. It's going to be how much? 24 times 12, 12 times 2 is 48, 12 times 10 is 240, and that's going to be $288 a year. And I have to choose the option to bill annually to have that price, or otherwise it's going to be $32 per month. However, at the option of $32 per month, you can opt out of it anytime you don't want to. So for example, you're going to if you do this month, you can opt out next month if you don't want to, so you only pay for 1 month. However, if you choose the cheap way, cheap ass, which means you wanna do it for a year, for example, if it interests you, then you can actually just do it. The benefit of going the premium way, though, I think, is that you have a lot of tools jammed together, high quality ones. Because if you don't do it, and if you wanna cheap out and just do the free DaVinci Resolve option, I think it's fine in some way, but in most cases it's not gonna cut it. I've seen a lot of things, and I've seen a lot of features presented on the internet about why it sets the studio version away from the free version of DaVinci Resolve. You don't have hardware encoder, you have a lot of losses and blah blah blah, everything. Yeah, so that's it. It's pretty much quite jammed and not a really good option for me. There are 2 things that I consider, though. I do have a job and I can pay off those price if I want to, so it still boils down to that I am capable of paying all those things. However, Is it worth it? Is it worth an experiment? Is it worth an experience? In the end, should I really do it or not? So I'm not really sure. I'm not very sure. I can see that my iPad really clings a lot. I want to have to do a lot of work on the iPad footage later. The one that is mounted on the LED ring does work really well. I can see the quality right here. I love it. I love how it turns out. We want to tune it down a little bit so my face doesn't turn out to be too exposed. Now the one on the side here on the SC2022 always also works quite well too. I think if I change it here, let me try it and put it right here, it's pretty much the same as the iPhone 8, I think. Or so I hope. Alright, I still prefer the iPhone 8 quality. It's crazy. Right, so that is the SE. Alright, that is the SE. And that is a webcam which will not cut it. And hence, I think I'll keep these two, the SE and the 8, side by side. They work really well. Now, one problem with the iPhones though is that I have to have a way to carry over these footage later to my PC, which is not really convenient. I have to use an iPhone cable to copy them over to my PC, and at some point they are just not going to work out. The footages that won't allow me to copy, I just couldn't do it. However, I figured that last time there's a way to make it work, so I hope it will work out this time. I disable a lot of stupid stuff in my phones, so usually they should allow me to do it in a proper manner. The last thing though is that I hope that the audio goes well into my microphone, which is currently being recorded in Audacity. We'll compare the quality on the iPad. This is how you hear from the iPad. This is how you hear it on the iPhone 8. And this will be how you hear it on my phone. And after all, how you hear it on my dedicated microphone. We're gonna see whether this is worth it. I paid €60 for this microphone once because I wanted to have a dedicated microphone so that I can do a lot of stuff with it in my room. Like at time I wanted to communicate with my bros on Discord with this thing. At times it worked great, at some point it didn't, due to some stupid shit going on with Discord with their noise reduction feature. It cancels out a lot of frequencies on my microphone. But I hope that with Audacity nothing gets cancelled out, and you also have to feel a lot of stuff later in post-processing. But after all, in a really well isolated environment with half-ass or good microphone, that will not be necessary. You know what? I'll try one thing. I will swap the SE and the 8. Alright, so the SE and the A are swapped together. I don't know why I still prefer the quality on my 8. The way it renders stuff on the front camera is crazy cool. Not sure about the back though. Alright, here's the thing. I will try also going with my rear camera, but not without the help of my mirror. So I'm looking for my mirror. Where on earth if I put my mirror? Because without the mirror you have no idea how you look at the back, and if you don't, that will turn out to be a disaster. Let me see where my mirror is. Where have I put it? I do really need it now. When once all of a sudden I have no idea where it is anymore. Where have I set my mirror? Ah, come on. Where is my mirror? Okay, so I found it. First we'll set my iPhone 8 to front camera. I mean rear camera. I'll change it to rear. I'll set it here. I'll use my as far as I'm concerned, it's the wrong direction and the angle is not good. I think we're good. Yeah, I think so. The problem with this thing is that you have to position the lens properly. I think that is how it's gonna be done. Yeah, I think it's how. And now let's move on to my SE. Oh boy, don't know what's going on. Oh man, I turn it off again. Oh no. I think it's working out. So here's my iPhone 8 rear camera, and this is my iPhone SE 2022 rear camera. And I'll try one last thing, which will be my iPad, but I'm not sure if that's possible. I'm not really sure if that's possible with the iPad though. I want to make sure that it can see me from that. So it's pretty problematic, not gonna lie, because I want to make sure that it stands correctly. How do we do that? Oh, I'm gonna give up, because after all, the iPad quality is not gonna be really really good. I'm gonna shut down my webcam feed, so I'm only talking to you and to you. I really like having all these together. all that said, I'm quite crushed. My heart's quite crushed that the quality on the Etsy front camera is pretty bad. But I hope that now is time for it to redeem itself with the rear camera, which should generally crush this one, though they are identical on size. They have the same sensor size. I think they have the same megapixel, which is 12. They have the same f-stop, which is 1.8 to 2.2 max. I mean smallest, or it's 2.2, or it's. I'm gonna make quick research. iPhone 8 specs and iPhone SE 2022 specs. I'm gonna read it out. This is the C and this is the 8. The 8 rear camera is 1.8 and the SE also 1.8, so they are the same. Only the front is f2.2 and it's also 7 megapixel. They're just the same. They're the same, except that the SE front camera has electronic image stabilization, and you can also do 120 frames per second with that. However, I think the rear camera features are the same on both. On the 8 you have 4K at 24, 30 to 60 frames per second, 1080p at 30, 60, 120 or 240 frames per second. On the SE side you have all those things plus HDR, plus OIS, plus stereo sound recording. That's not available on the EZ8. However, on the single shot one, I suppose they have the same features: quad LED, dual tone flash, HDR, and on the SE you have panorama. Yeah. Put aside, you do have face detection, autofocus, and optical image stabilization, which is cool and all. Right now, it will be everything. I'll edit these footages and see you in the final results. Bye bye.